Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to have a look at troubleshooting our spinning overhead rib strike. The first aspect we're going to look at today is how I'm going to incorporate balance into this spinning strike. A little bit of cheats that I like to use is if you have a lined floor, similar to like the mats that I have here, I like to try and keep it so that my feet follow along the same path. So if I'm coming along, I'm going to spin and rib strike. If I notice, if I look down, my feet are still along the same line. Now it's going to be very common tendency for me to want to put this front foot in, and that's going to be kind of like a balance thing. You're going to have to resist that urge, okay? So when I'm coming through, I want to make sure that I'm almost, it's going to feel almost like you've over-rotated a little bit. So we want to make sure that we're following along that line. A good way to practice this one is not even to worry about the bow to start. So I can still grasp it and hold it and get into the starting position, but I'm just going to come around and land in that strike. You can even set your bow to the side. Start with one foot in front, coming around, land. Okay? It's a little bit easier when we practice it without the bow. Coming around. Check your front foot. Make sure that it's still in that nice straight line. The next thing we're going to troubleshoot on our spinning overhead rib strike is doing a chopping motion. Now keep in mind guys, this is an overhead rib strike, so I should be coming along a horizontal angle, simulating that I'd be striking the ribs, something along a horizontal plane. I don't want it to come down in a chopping motion. So that chopping motion I'm talking about is when I bring the bow up like this and it comes down and it lands into the correct spot on my body, and my stance is good, but what happens is the bow chops down instead of coming across. Now I'm going to really be focusing on using my hips for this one. It's really going to help assist with the strike. So when I do this one, I'm going to bring the bow up, come around. If you'll notice now, I'm going to use my hips into the strike, and it's going to come right across. So I could still use my hips coming down like so, but we want to make sure you get that little twist. It's like your twitch muscle, okay? So we want to get that twitch muscle moving along. We're here, coming up around, get that twitch muscle in there. The last one we're going to be troubleshooting, guys, on our 360 overhead rib strike is going to be, I call it carrying the bow. Now, I'll show you what carrying the bow looks like. I'm going to be here, coming across, and then just landing into the finishing position. I don't want to carry the bow across. It's technically not even a strike if I do it this way. So it's what I want to do is, again, I want to use my hips, and I want to get the bow holding it up from that up position down. And we can even practice it holding the bow up. This is kind of the trajectory that it's going to come down. Okay, I bring it up. Okay, I'm using my hips and I'm pushing and pulling the bow at the same time. It's going to give me a clear, concise strike. I'm going to hold that bow out. Okay, I'm going to bring it up over my head, rib strike. Now I want it so that I'm synced up on my timing. I'm going to try and get it as close as possible so that the strike lands the same time my foot does. It's going to give it a really polished look. So I'm going to come across here, up, rib strike. Okay, keep your balance, guys. Okay. Here, coming across, rib strike. Always making sure, check our feet, check our bow position. A few tips on how we can troubleshoot that 360 overhead rib strike. Hope you guys enjoyed that troubleshooting. Keep training hard, guys.